What's up? This is Derek.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is I.L.A.M.
Yo, what up? This is Spesh Wonder
Spesh K.
Hard Rock's motherfucking Skot MC.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
What's going on? It's your boy Player Ray, I.L.A.M independent like a motherfucker.
And this is Trey C, and you're tuned in to Breaking Records Radio.
Yeah.
You guys started coming from California.
Right.
Two different parts. Small town.
Yep.
Big city.
Yep.
How did you guys come together? You guys, age difference and everything.
I'll let him.
I just reached out to him through the internet back in probably like 2005. And I just saw he was doing his thing, grinding, and it was kind of trying to, work with people who were going in the direction that I wanted to go in, and reached out to him, and he charged me for some verses, which I'm still a little bitter about. But no, we connected. And, we did. Came correct with my business, made sure he got paid, and we just kept working, and it turned into what you see now.
Well, and you seem to have the same similarities style-wise. You guys bring a lot of that old school.
It's funny, man, because you mentioned the age difference and whatnot, but when he contacted me, even though the age difference is there, because there's 10 years between us, we were doing the same type of music, and if you go back and listen to our stuff from back then, it was the same style. It was more street, more like I guess you can say turn up music or whatever, but and at the same time when we connected and made the group, our music changed. Just even with the age difference, it changed into more of a classic style of hip hop with a newer feel to it. You know what I mean? So it's funny, that age difference didn't really matter. We seemed to have developed at the right time, and the sound changed organically. It was fucking dope.
It was like neither of us knew our sound,
right?
But we ended up the same sound that we both wanted to eventually get to.
We found it together.
Yeah.
So you found the sounds between each other, but not noticing that you actually had that same similarity.
Right, because independent, when we were doing our own thing, the sound worked for him and it worked for me by ourselves. But when we started doing music together, we noticed it wasn't intentional. The beats we were picking were more of a classic, hip hop style. And then we started noticing that we were writing real similar, and the sound was different from the mixtapes we were putting out when we were individuals. And it just organically changed, and it was magic. Seriously, it was magic. Because you gotta understand, when this thing started, we weren't a group. We kept telling everybody, we're not a group. That's just
you were yourselves.
That was the name of the project we put out.
And that's the EP, right?
Right.
Okay, and then you kind of rolled with that and jumped on with I.L.A.M.
Right.
Well, a big reason why we, really clicked was the business, and we both wanted to go in the same direction. We both were huge fans of Strange Music, and just that FTI movement was just huge to us.
Yes.
We both grew up in the Bay Area, but me personally, Sick With It Records, selling units out your trunk, that always, I was infatuated with the idea of that, and just getting out and doing that on your own, the do it yourself was just huge. And he was one of the few that I ever came in contact with that he was on the same page. This is something we can do. We can run with that formula and do it.
Which you guys, touching base with business aspect, you guys are actually doing everything. You do the 408.
Everything.
408.
He's booking every tour.
Yeah, you guys have
manufacturing,
and
you're everything is fully in house. And so to go back, when we connected, I wasn't actually living in the Bay at the time. I had moved to the Midwest. I was living in Denver. So when he had actually reached out to me, I was in Denver at the time. So the hustle and the grind that he's talking about of Out the Trunk and what Sick With It was doing, and Too Short and all these guys that were, JT the Bigger Figure, that were selling CDs and really pushing, and getting their own distribution deals. I took that because, you can't help but learn that from being in the Bay Area. If you're a grinder, you just pick it up. Took that and went to the Midwest, and that's when Strange Music, they're from Kansas City, but Denver might as well be where they're from because that is their biggest market. So when I moved there, that's all anybody talked about. And this is when tech was before he even he had just got the deal with J. Core was fucked off. They fucked his album up, and he broke away. That's when they had to re-release Angelic. And
Ever Ready.
Right. Well, this is before Ever Ready. So Angelic was like the project that J. Core fucked up, and then I believe Travis had to go and get the rights to so they can re-release it. So they were going through a whole transition, but that's all everybody was talking about in Denver. Tech Nine, strange music. So then I started picking that up. Like, wait a minute, these guys are touring crazy. And I got a chance to open for him 2 or 3 different times in Denver, and that's when he was only pulling 300-400 people a show. Now the guy has to go do Red Rocks now. It's insane.
Yeah.
So when we connected, not only did we both had that independent game from the Bay Area, but I also had picked up the touring from the Midwest and came back and was like, yo, there's a whole nother aspect to this Bay Area grind. Because the one thing that I don't think the Bay Area grind is strong enough with is touring. There's regional touring.
Definitely at that
Right.
point in time too.
At that point in time, there wasn't a whole lot of touring. Like,
Just more
Mac
around
Dre
the
was
area.
the big names were okay. Like Mac Dre was touring, 40 was touring. Like all those names that
Right.
they were all touring. But cats on our level weren't touring at all. They
Like-
just couldn't do it.
Self-sufficient.
Right.
Ones without the PR to kind of boost you guys.
Right,
You're
right.
hustling.
Yeah. So us coming together, putting all that together, it worked, man.
And before you guys got together, it was just your individual names, Player
Yeah.
and Tracy.
Yeah, I was
And that's
putting
it.
out compilations. I was doing, I was probably dropping like 3 or 4 mixtapes a year. And that's how I actually earned my name. And I was just doing mixtapes, and just killing them. And then I used to also chop and screw my stuff. So anytime I dropped a mixtape, there was a month later I would drop a chopped and screwed version. So if you go online and you can find chopped and screwed versions. You can go on iTunes and I have chopped and screwed.
And
shit
just
on
a whole bunch of different versions.
Yeah.
And then to touch base on, the hustle again.
Yeah.
You guys are touring constant. I mean, this is second time in Canada.
Yep.
First time, unfortunately, didn't really go as well, but
Yeah.
you guys got your name out there and drew a new fan base, basically.
Definitely.
So it's nice to have you guys obviously back in Brantford for
Oh,
the
yeah.
stop.
We're
and,
happy to be here.
Do you guys do a
Obviously.
lot of writing on the road?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Like,
We'd
it's,
like to,
Well, I
but
guess
we just
booking all your own stuff and stuff is very time consuming.
Yeah.
We've sat down with I.L.A.M before, and he's does all the same stuff, books
Yeah.
all his own everything.
I mean, what you see right here this is it. This is the tour right now.
Yeah.
It's me and him in a car, and that's it.
doing your thing.
So
hustling
yeah,
yourself.
I mean, if he's driving, occasionally I'll sit there and try and write, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But, we got it's
Gotta
tough.
live.
We got to drive. We got
The first leg of this tour, we had a driver, we had a DJ, so we were able to relax, and he was in the back, producing beats. He makes beats and whatnot, so he was in the back making beats and all that. So that was super productive, and that was actually the first time that we've been able to do that, and it was a good experience. So we're hopefully, going to get there a little bit more often. So
Now going on to the beats there.
Right.
Just you produce the beats all, and you don't. Right?
I don't do any
Okay.
production.
Now are those basically the beats that you guys just use? Is mostly your own in-house production?
Well, starting from now, pretty much.
Yeah.
I haven't been really producing for that long. We kind of just got tired of trying to find a consistent production crew to work with.
Yeah.
So I just bought some equipment and just started trying to
Do your own.
get
To
down.
learn, yeah.
Right.
And-
Honestly, everything that we do it's come out of necessity, man.
Yeah.
It's came out of
Graphic design.
getting tired of waiting for someone to do it.
Yeah.
Getting tired of waiting for
Right.
someone to, do you have this done? We're about to leave in 2 weeks. Oh, I'll get to it. And all of the stuff that we do, we just got tired of waiting.
Relying on other people.
But we we didn't sacrifice the quality either. So he always knew, like, if he was going to start doing the production, we ain't going to do anything unless the production is up to par to
Right.
what we're looking for. And it's there now. And so the new album that you guys are going to hear, he has basically done 90% of the production on it.
And is that the new one with Equipto?
No,
That one's actually out already.
Okay.
But we have a I.L.A.M album that's coming out
Okay.
early next year. That we're
Something to
working
look
on.
forward to.
Oh yeah, a lot of dope tracks. I don't really want to drop features, but we've got some really dope artists on there. So
You always got a fan, and push your shit all the
Right
time.
on,
So
right on.
you know, do what you can.
Right on.
Do you want to touch base on the Equipto CD? And I
Yeah.
know that just kind of came out. What is it? An actual album?
It's
Was
an
it
EP.
An EP.
Yeah,
okay.
there's 5 tracks,
Right.
and you know, it's just something that we were actually working on for probably like 2 years. That we just had it finished, but we started touring a lot, and we just didn't
Have the time.
have the time to just finish it up. And finally, you know, earlier this year, we sat down and got everything done and put it out.
Yeah, the project's called 1530, and it's basically just all of our area codes. 408, I'm from San Jose, 408. He's from the 707, and Crypto's 415.
All right.
It's 1530.
1530.
There
so,
you go.
and then it's just an EP, like you said, 5 songs. But it's gotten some great feedback, and you know, Equipto's a legend back where we're from, so we're just honored to have a project with them. You know, we were able to build with them and do that, so it's.
EPs are almost the way to go nowadays
Yeah.
because people with such short attention spans and
Oh, yeah.
accessibility, and same with like clutter online and stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
almost easier dropping singles.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's nice to get a little more out,
Yeah.
you know, consistently throughout the year.
When I was putting
Drawing
out
interest.
projects for the first time, I mean, there was no, like, you needed to have 18 songs on there. Like,
Yeah.
18 tracks, figure it out. We were just talking about a double compilation. I was basically a kid when I put that out, but there's 18 songs on each disc and put that out. And, like, that was, like, the standard. If you're going to do a double disc, it had to be that. If you did a solo project, it needed to have 15 to 18 songs. Nowadays, the game is so different. Like, people aren't going to sit through that, you know, unless you're, you know, someone who's on the radio that they know all your hits. They don't want to sit through that. Basically, give them an EP of 5 songs that they're not going to skip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Like all bangers.
yeah, and then hit them a couple of times a year, 2-3 times a year. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Work on the album as it goes and
exactly.
Seems every
Quality.
10 years the trend of how to release music
It's
starts to
changing.
change eventually because there was a mixtape era for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. It's going
And
to
then-
keep changing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
for sure. So what do you guys see for the next 10 years?
I right now it's singles, man. Like I think it's singles, and I think eventually it's gonna. Well, obviously it's gonna phase out of CDs, and people are a lot of the cars now. They have the thumb drives now. You put your little thumb drive in, and they play right off of there.
If you guys
And even-
fuck with lyric videos at all, they're blowing up right now.
You know, I've gotten a bunch of emails to get lyric videos. I'm just not willing to pay for that yet. And I know a lot of people are like, yo, hey, you know, we can do it for this much. I'm not there, but I know people are doing them. I just can't, like, I know how to do that stuff, so it's like, I'd be willing to do that for ourselves, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
So, but it's something that we're probably going to end up doing because I know it's really big right now.
Another thing, too, is just not charging for your music at all, really. You
Yeah.
know, I notice a lot of artists are starting to do that. It's something that I think we're probably going to go toward. You know, we'll have everything on iTunes and every digital outlet, you know, and you can always get hard copies on our website.
Yeah.
But, like, we still want you to be able to get it. You know, it'll be on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. So anybody, you have no excuse not to hear it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like, it's
If you're
there.
gonna buy it, you're gonna buy
If you're
it.
gonna buy it, you'll support it.
Yeah,
you
The
know?
supporters will.
The
pay
most important
regardless.
thing is get the music, listen to it, come to a
That's
show.
it. Make your money on the
Yeah.
tour, the touring.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. The music has literally become this much of what you're doing. So every project that we have out, you can actually go on YouTube right now and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can go to our Bandcamp, you can go to our SoundCloud, and people know how to rip music. I mean, even if you don't make it downloadable, there's easy ways to take that link and make it downloadable. So all of our, we do that every time. You know, it'll be on iTunes, like you said, all distribution, but we'll put it on all the free websites. We'll put it on YouTube, just so everybody hears the music. Because honestly, where we make our living is when we come to your town and we do shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the money is when you buy a hat, when you buy a hoodie, a beanie. What do you guys call them in Canada?
Toques.
That's right. When you buy a toque. Shirts, anything like that. That's where we make our money. So the music is, and you'll see, like tonight when we go to the show, there'll be people that'll buy a T-shirt. We'll give them a CD.
Yeah.
Or if they're debating on, hey, I don't know if I want this CD, we're like, yo, buy this shirt for $10.
Yeah.
I'll give you the CD. You know, the music is just here. We want you to hear it.
Well, you guys are humble as fuck. I mean,
Right.
you know, like getting to know you guys, I think, is another experience in the first place, right?
Well, I mean, that's what I was going to get into. Is like we love writing and recording music, but definitely the best part is going to new cities and performing live for people and meeting new people. Like that's
drawing a
really,
fan base.
Yeah, I mean that's really the best part about it. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
All right. Which, I mean, that part I could totally, you know, mesh with. You do your thing, you're happy, you get to live a life, you're doing your music, but you're not trying to, you know, kind of hold out the listening from the other ears that can't afford it, whatever it is, right?
Definitely.
Like, you know, you got the old heads, like, I buy CDs, so.
Yeah.
There's
I
guys
do too.
out there.
I still buy hard copies all the time.
We still buy vinyl, man.
That's it. So vinyls come back, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So-
vinyl will always come back.
It's something about going into the store, you know, and picking up. Like he's always like this. You go buy a CD, you read the credits, see
Yeah.
what they do, like
Who they
it's something
thanked
about
and
it.
everything.
But you know, I know a lot of the young, you know, the young cats out there. They don't care about that. They just, I want the beat to slap.
Yeah.
I want to make sure the music is what I want, and I don't really care who produced it. I'll find out if I care later, you know, whatever. But I'm still into CDs, vinyl, and whatnot. And so for the people that are into that, you know, we love meeting those people that come to the merch table. That's why, you know, we got that limited edition 8-pack. That's why, for those people, that's why we do that, because they're like, well,
It's a collector's.
yeah, what should we,
That's
like,
it.
how long you guys been doing it? You guys want to know everything about us? Here's the 8-pack. Get you a 2-hour DVD, get you 7 CDs, everything that we have. There you
What I
go.
bumped in the drive here, you know, you kind of pass it on. I bring a buddy and, you know, do the same thing, pass it on, and that knowledge goes on. You guys have the old school beats, and you're bringing hip hop back.
And we still get people that email us like, yo, do you mind if I burn a copy of this? I'm like,
Please, dude.
burn it. Dude.
Yeah.
Buy a
That shit
duplicator.
away.
Go
Throw it
burn
out your
100
car
of
window.
them.
Let people
Like,
find
I don't.
it, you
If
know?
you're watching this, I'm not kidding, man. If you got a CD, burn that shit. Give it, hand it out. Like, that's what it takes to be heard now. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about a CD sale right now. It's the least of my worries. You know.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome to, you know, we'll wrap this up, and I'll get you guys to answer one question. If if your lyrical content delivery was Mortal Kombat technique, what would you be like? What would it do to the opponent?
I
hit him. I'm fucking ice cold. I hit him with the Sub-Zero.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not big on Mortal Kombat, but
Even your own, you know.
yeah. I mean, our shit kind of is in your face, knock you on your fucking ass type shit, man. Like, you know, like he always says, our alias is a middle finger. Like, you'll be hard pressed to find me in a picture where I think I just flipped the fucking camera.
That's it.
But you'll be hard pressed to find a picture of me at a show where I'm not flipping the bird. And when I don't do it, it's like, yo, I thought you were gonna. Like, oh, I was trying to be.
Not feeling well.
I was trying to be PC. Okay, but like that's our whole content. Like, I mean, our group name is Independent Like a Motherfucker, and it's So our style, the way I see it, is it's in your face. It's fuck you if you don't like us. It's knock you on your ass. It's we have a shirt, man, that basically says this, and on the back it has every major record label crossed out.
Yes.
And it basically says 187. And people see that and they're like, yo, what? You guys are crazy. Like, what if there's a fucking rep that comes to your show and they see that? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. We don't care about a major deal. And I go, and the funny thing is, you guys are so concerned with that, you don't even realize a major label would want you and would press those T-shirts for you.
Yes.
Because their whole thing is, man, I just want to sit in my office in New York and while you go make money. So if that's what people are buying, and fuck us. Go sell 1 million of those T-shirts.
Unless you're Ari the Rugged Man, and then you get dropped when you drop that. Record sucks.
Right. By the way, Ari the Rugged Man he's fucking raw, man, and he's funny as shit. We had a chance to meet him in Santa Cruz, and he was telling us some old neighborhood boxing stories. So he's a cool cat. But I mean, that's our style, man. Like, we really don't give a fuck, man. You know, when it comes to the industry now, what we do give a fuck about is the people who support us. You know, the people that you know, are constantly there for us. You know what I mean? When we're going through our ups and downs, and the people that have been there and seen us go from like here to here. You know. Because we're still not, you know, we're always straight shooters, man. We're not where we need to be right now, but we're getting there. Right. And a lot of people who fucked with us from 2011 when we started this group, they can't believe in 5 years where we've been. You know what I mean? To where they're like, yo, you guys are going across the world, you know, into other countries, and you're the headliner. Like, how is that? And it's just hard work, man. But it's not possible without people coming to the shows, people fucking with us, and remaining humble, dude. And that's the one thing we do. we're not those dudes. Like when you come to a show, you're gonna see us at the merch table.
Right.
Like we're not gonna be in the green room hanging out until we go on. Like we still believe that we should be at the table, shaking hands. Like it's something in us, man. We feel like we have to earn every single fan that we make. It's just something that we feel passionate about because we're not there. And I even think even when we get there, we're just not those dudes, man. Like I don't need a bunch of bitches around us popping bottles. I mean, you could ask the promoter when we get back to the venue tonight, like, our rider is real simple. We're not like, hey, give us fucking 3 bottles of Grey Goose.
I told him tonight he was going to do a little green room for us. I said, don't even worry about it.
Don't need that.
Don't even take the time to set.
And that's not a knock on anybody that
No.
does that shit. But for us, like, it's just not something we're really into, man. Like, I want to make sure that
we're out here to meet people.
Right.
Well, and that's it.
Right.
As a
Keep
hip
this
hop
thing
fan,
going.
I like it. I mean, you guys,
Right.
watch the openers.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a big thing. A lot of people that I know are openers. You know,
Yeah.
like they
Well, we
they're getting
were.
their feet in.
Yeah.
You know, and even on certain cases, we still are. Like,
Yeah.
on certain scenarios, we still are an opener.
Definitely.
But
fair.
that grind is very important because we've met a lot of cats who open for us, and they don't, a lot of them are kind of down on themselves. Like, yo, I'm in a small city. I don't know how I'm ever gonna get out of this city. And I'm like, you know what you got to do? Stick around, do the show. Don't be one of those guys who does your show, takes your people right after you, and leave.
Meet the guys who
Yeah.
are coming into your
Right.
city and find out what they're doing.
Start networking.
Right. And that's the biggest tip, man, that I could give anybody. If anybody's watching this shit and you're the guy that they go to when people come to your town and you open up, and maybe you're just like, yo, I'm tired of opening up every time people. You have to do the work, get on stage, bring your people, do your show, get off stage, go have a drink, go smoke, whatever, but don't leave.
Yeah.
Come back, watch the performers, watch the headliners, and then stick around, talk, because you never know. Like, that headliner may come up to you and tell you, look, I watched your set, bro. You guys are amazing.
Right.
We have opportunities for you to go on tour. If you want to talk, let's talk. People miss opportunities like that left and right.
Which you guys have been giving quite a bit of opportunities.
Right. And we do that all the time. We did that shit last night, and there was, I think, 5 or 6 openers, and I think 3 of them stayed. Yeah. And those 3, literally, the lights came on, and we just stood there while everybody was packing up, and they were picking our brain. And that's what it's about, because that's what we did.
See, that's what you want, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's the boy Oliver Spitz.
Yeah,
one of the
he's
guys that's
super cool cat.
Yeah.
Super cool cat. I highly recommend you guys check this cat out.
I'm constantly trying to see if I can get him here, but
Yeah.
same thing. You need the fan base, and
Yeah.
He's good people.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
And you know what? He's really got it. Him and his partner George Costulis.
Yes.
They have a really they're real similar. I mean, George doesn't rap, but they're real similar
He's
to what we
producing,
do.
I
Right.
believe.
And they're very they're smart and they know what they're doing, and they're trying to build a hip hop.
They're
scene
investing
up there.
in the right way.
Right, with Finch team, they've started to
Right.
kind of open up, and I know they're constantly putting you guys on every time you're around.
Definitely. So they're good people to mess with, man. Yeah, that's
And now just that human interaction really sets you apart from the herd, opposed to
yeah.
like 20 years ago, that was
Yeah.
a necessity. Nowadays,
Yeah.
it separates you from just being an electronic being
Oh,
that
yeah.
you witness on a
The
screen.
internet
nowadays.
age. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many more artists nowadays, but
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
this
exactly.
is how you separate yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get off the internet, you go out, and you meet people.
Right,
You know,
socialize.
Yeah.
And everything's, listen, man, it's called social media for a reason. So if you're not social and you're that dude who's like not fucking with nobody, that shit spreads.
Oh, yeah.
People put up videos like, yo, so and so's an asshole. Look at this dude.
Yeah.
Or snapping pictures of you being a dick, or shit pops up on YouTube, Snapchat, whatever the format is, Instagram. So you see it all the time. You see these bloggers put up stories. You see fans get online, or on an artist fan page. You see like fans like, yo, I was at your show over there, dude. You were a dick. You
Yeah.
didn't even take pictures. You wouldn't. This is a different time now.
Right, you gotta be welcoming and
Yeah.
definitely interactive with everyone.
Oh yeah, because shit hits the fan quick now. Like, you do something, it's gonna hit the internet.
Well, and that's the smallest thing, like I'll fuck with somebody's music when it's dope, but you don't want to see them if they're an ass. Basically, I'll push them away. And to touch base again, going back to the tour, you guys make your money off tour.
Oh yeah.
Why be an ass?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come and see you. I'm gonna buy your CD.
And I'm the same way. Like like you mentioned earlier, like we do, 408 Inc. is the other company that we run, and we do the tour booking. I don't really want to work with dudes like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to, even if it's a female, because we book Gavilin's tour, we booked Slane's tour, Prozac, and Demrick, DJ Hoppa. Like, these are all people that I will work with because I know even if there's mistakes being made, these are the type of people, if you have a conversation, they'll be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I do need to fix that because when I go on the road, I need to make sure that I'm maximizing every opportunity. But there's guys that have hit me, man, where I'm just like, yo, I'm not sure if I want to, and I'll call him and be like, yo, what do you think? He'll be like, man, that's kind of a headache, man, and that might be a bad look. So I'm really conscious of like who we're working with, when it comes to the booking end, even if we're not on the tour, if I'm booking the tour.
Yeah.
Because I don't want someone going out, on tour and then just being a complete asshole, and then our name is linked to that,
By no means, exactly. You want to associate in a positive way, right? Like you want to also be similarities, right?
Right.
You're not going to push somebody that's completely opposite. You don't have that connection.
Right. Definitely.
In the past, we have talked to artists when we sat down with Twisted about who the particular driver they had said was the biggest asshole ever.
Right.
They said that every time we've asked someone, they've all given us the same answer. We won't say any names, but they've all said that everyone can have a general consensus of whoever's toured Canada, just so the listeners can try and wrap their little brains around who it might be.
Yeah.
If you've seen them tour Canada, they might be an asshole and they might be jolly as fuck.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, if you're a group that has a driver, that has a merch guy, that has a DJ, like, these are all people that are working for you. So if you do these guys wrong, they're with you on the road, and they're the first ones to be like, yo, I used to drive for that guy, or I worked that guy's merchandise, or I used to DJ for them, and they fucked me every time, or they did this. So it's like, people look at them as the help. It's like, yo, they're helping you look good.
That's exactly it.
You know what I mean?
The same they can make you look bad, so you gotta play your cards right.
It's like for instance, these major stars, right? All of a sudden you hear about, yo, so-and-so's security guard is not working with them anymore. And then they start spilling the beans to all these magazines.
Because they know everything.
Right.
They're around.
And you just gotta tune into Vlad to find out the details.
Right.
Man, he's
That's
thick and he'll dig.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's the king of digging. Yeah.
He's an interview troll.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Gotta keep it spicy.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Alright, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. The homie Lucan held it down. Salute. Independent like a motherfucker.
Definitely.
Yes.
Make sure to check us out at I.L.A.M.hiphop.com. We're both on Instagram. I'm at PlayerRaterBoss.
At West Coast Trey.
Yeah, that's Instagram, Twitter, the Facebook page is I.L.A.M. Hip Hop. And make sure you go over there and like the page. Also on Snapchat, Player Ray. We do all the social media, man, and we talk back. So if you want to hit us up. We look forward to talking to you guys, and thank you, Canada, for bringing us back. We love y'all.
Yeah, and thank you to you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Always glad to get
Real
around
shit.
to it.
Real shit.
Definitely.
All right, we out of here. Yeah.
Breaking fucking Records Radio.